You find books that have a little message that is kind of worth listening to and sharing, and there's a guy who wrote a book called The Four Agreements. The Four Agreements are things that if you internalize them, you know, they kind of help you deal with life a little bit better, and they're little keys and cues to manage things a little better. And so I'd like to just share those with you briefly and have you kind of think about them in your own lives. The first agreement is make your word impeccable. Make your word impeccable. That's the first agreement. Make your word good. And I think that's probably one of the keys to life, making your word good. The second agreement is one that really has helped me and some of the people that I deal with. This agreement is critical that they internalize it. And the second agreement is don't take things personal. Don't take things personal. That's the second agreement. And let me share just a personal example that occurred probably a year or two ago. I live in Seattle, and I had to get to the airport. I had it's about 40 minutes to get to the airport, and I was catching a 6 o'clock flight back east, and so I left my home about 4 o'clock in the morning. And driving, I had, you know, driving, there was a red light and another red light, and about 2 blocks they had it shut off, and they had a detour. And so I come with the red light, it's blinking, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I got to get to the airport, so red light's blinking, I just turn left to go to the detour, and I'm down the road about 100 yards, and a blue light goes on behind me, and I think, God dang it. And the cop, so he pulls me over, and he comes up to the window, and a young officer, about 35 years old, or 30 years old or something, and law enforcement group that I'd worked with, but I'd never seen this kid, and so he said, that red light's blinking, you're supposed to stop. I said, I understood that. I said, I didn't know anybody else was up. You know, I didn't know you was up, for God's sakes. And so he said, give me your driver's license. So I gave him my driver's license. He goes back to the car, and he's taking a long time. I mean, it just turned left on the dang red light. And so he comes back about 10 minutes and said, there's a Gordon Graham born December 17, 1931. Is that you? I said, my license says 32. He said, yeah, that's me. He said, have you ever been arrested? I said, what in the hell of a question is that, for God's sakes? You know, I just turned left on a red dang light. I mean, and I said, yeah, I've been arrested. I said, I was arrested before you was born. And I said, I've been pardoned and all that kind of stuff, but it's something in the computer. And so he goes back to the car again and spends another 10 minutes, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to catch this plane. Finally, he gets back to my car and gives me a driver's license and don't give me a ticket. So I'm driving to the airport. Maybe 3/4 of the way to the airport, I was just fuming over it. That second agreement came up in my mind. Don't take things personal. He didn't have a clue. He was trying to do his job, a young officer trying to do his dang job. But see what I'm saying? I let him mess up my mental health almost the way to the airport. And I work with men and women in prison who let a correctional officer put them in a trap and take over their life by having them do something, by taking things personal. Supervisors sometimes in a plant, they'll tell somebody something, they take it personal, and you wind up in a big conflict. That second agreement is one of the keys to life, really. Don't take things personal. The third agreement is don't make any assumptions. Don't make any assumptions. That's the third agreement. And that's a key one because we really, really don't know what the other person's thinking. The fourth agreement, and probably one of the keys, is be the best you can be every day. Do the best job you can do every day. Be the best parent you can be every day. Be the best spouse you can be every day. Be the best friend you can be every day. Just be the best you can be every day. And that's all any of us can be. And sometimes it ain't good enough. But this is the best I can be today. I might be better tomorrow. Who knows? But this is me today. But those four agreements are just nice reminders about life.